Before you dash this holiday season, you need to know about major mistakes that could cost you hundreds of dollars. And if you're a platinum driver, your status. I've been doing this for years, and what I'm about to share could be the difference between making bank or going broke during the busiest delivery season of the year. Are you ready for it? Well, let's get into it. The holiday season is officially here, like it or not. And if you're planning to dash during Thanksgiving, Christmas, or even New Year's, this video is going to save you time, money, and a whole lot of frustration. I am breaking down the exact strategies I use to maximize earnings during the holidays, from peak pay timing to maintaining platinum status. Stick around until the end because I'm sharing the one thing most drivers completely ignore that could double your holiday earnings. First up, let's talk about peak pay, because this is where most drivers sometimes mess it up. During the holidays, peak pay doesn't work like it does during regular weeks. You're going to see peak pays pop up at weird times. Sometimes it's early as 10 a.m. on weekdays or as late as 11 p.m. on weekends. Here's what you need to know. Don't chase peak pay blindly. I've seen drivers waste gas driving 20 minutes to a zone with a $3 peak pay. It's like shining lights that beckon you to those areas, but it could be a mistake. Because if you chase hot spots and you just wasted 20 minutes to get there, you can be sitting for 30 minutes with no orders. The restaurants are packed, everyone's ordering, but you're competing with 50 other drivers who had the same exact idea that you did. So here's my strategy. I stay in the zone that I'm comfortable with, the one I usually work, and I wait for peak pay to come to me. And if it's there, it's there. Great. During Thanksgiving week, peak pay usually hits between 5 to 8 p.m. Christmas week, it's sometimes, depending on your market, once again, this is all market dependent, but it's sometimes during Christmas, it could be all day long from 11 a.m. to 9 p.m. New Year's Eve is a gold mine. A lot of dashers don't like to work New Year's Eve or New Year's Day. Starting usually around 4 p.m. and it can go as late as 2 a.m. So here's a pro tip. Stack your peak pay with busy merchant areas. If you're getting $2 peak pays in zones with 5 popular restaurants, that's better than $5 peak pay in a dead zone with only 2 restaurants. You need to find where the volume of the orders are coming from, but here's the tricky thing. You also need to find where dashers are not, so you have pick of some of the good restaurants. Now, let's talk about restaurant pickups, because this is where you can lose most of your time during the holidays. I'm talking 20 minutes, 30 minutes, sometimes 45-minute waits at popular spots and restaurants. Here's my system. I have a mental list in my mind that restaurants, especially during the holidays, can be a hinder, not a good thing for you as a dasher. I know my restaurants by now. I know my market. I know which ones can be a problem. But you also get to know your market. You get to know what restaurants are always slammed during the holidays. And it could be a simple chain restaurant like Cheesecake Factory. I don't care if it's a $15 order for 2 miles. Sometimes, if it's a really bad restaurant, I'm just declining it and not waiting the 30 minutes. Instead, I focus on fast restaurants that can dedicate sometimes pickup areas that they're fast and reliable and you can be in and out. But here's another pro tip. Become friends with your restaurants. If they get to know you and know you by name, a lot of times they can get you in and out a lot quicker because they have a personal connection with you. Now here's another pro tip. If they say it's going to be more than 10 minutes, if your area has this, use your worry-free on a sign and move on. If you don't have a worry-free on a sign, use your cancellations wisely. You never want to dip below that 90% mark. But know that time is money, and sometimes you have to make some decisions whether to keep it or leave it. A lot of times money amounts dictates whether that's the case for me. Okay, parking during the holidays sometimes can be a nightmare, especially if you pick up in downtown areas or busy spots that don't have parking lots. For malls, park in far away lots. I know you're going to be doing some walking, but sometimes a longer walk is better than circling around for 10 minutes and wasting time. Not only that, but if you park by like an entrance, you can kind of get out a lot quicker, especially when it comes to this. Now, if you're in a downtown area with limited parking, this is where making friends with your restaurants comes into play. Over the years, I have learned to ask the merchants where they park, where their employees park. And a lot of times, sometimes there's hidden parking lots that you know nothing about. And they are legal parking spots, by the way, but you know what you can push and what you can't push when it comes to parking. My rule of thumb, honestly, is always to find a parking spot. You never want to park in handicap spots. You never want to park in somewhere that you can get a ticket. And not only that, but everybody is on high alert during the holiday season. The last thing you need is the extra spending if you get any kind of ticket. You don't want to lose money, you want to gain money. Also, I know this is a pain in the butt, but if you have to pay for parking, pay for it during the holidays. I know there are times, I am guilty of it as well. I will park, I won't pay the meter because I know I'm running in, I'm running out, and I know it's a gamble every single time. A lot of times parking enforcement is out in full effect because they know they can take advantage of people not paying the meter. Sometimes that $1 or $2 is better than getting any ticket that you have to pay out of pocket for. Okay, let's talk about tips, because this is where you can really boost some of your holiday earnings. During the holidays, customers are in a giving mood, but you got to give them a reason to tip more. First, communication. Send texts, anything that's wrong with the order. If you're waiting for long periods of time, if you're shopping, text them about substitutions. For big orders and long distances, you want to make sure a lot of times you're communicating what you're doing so that way they know and they are in the know of what's happening with their order. And here's the thing though, you don't want to over communicate because that can annoy them and have the adverse effect on your customer rating. You want to keep it short, sweet, simple, and to the point, and communicate. I know this is going to be like half backwards, but communicate as less as possible, but let them know what's going on. Second is presentation. Use your insulated bags for every single delivery. We're getting into the cold months. No one wants to see you walking up to someone's house with their food, and especially if they spent like over $100 and it doesn't arrive warm. A lot of times this stuff matters more during the holidays when people are entertaining, especially you have large orders, you have a catering bag. Use your catering bag because a lot of times these orders are used for parties and family gatherings. You want to make sure you have delivery photos. Don't just snap a pic of the food on the ground. You want to make sure that you put it neatly wherever you're leaving it. Handle it with care. Make sure that the house number is visible. You also want to protect yourself as well. The thing with tips is, yes, you can get cash, but if you don't know this, a customer can also tip after delivery. I've gotten that a lot lately, especially when I have gone beyond for a customer or have done something extra. It's always a good feeling to get that little extra at the end. Alcohol orders can be definitely profitable and extra, and especially with cash tips during this time of the year. But be careful, be polite. These customers tend to tip the best during the holidays. I've seen 30 to 40% tips on alcohol orders, especially during New Year's Eve. That's why I said New Year's is a hot gold mine. Okay, let's talk real talk. Holiday dashing is exhausting. I'm not going to sugarcoat it. You're going to be tempted to dash for sometimes 12 hours because you might have that ability and the money is good. But guys, burnout is real. Do not burn yourself out. Here's my approach. I split my shifts every day that I work, even during the holiday time. I dash for a 4 or 5 hour block in the morning, and then I take the afternoon off, and then I go back out at night. I work the time that I dedicate for myself. Once I hit that time, I'm done, even though I know orders are still coming in, because I know I need to get sleep. I know I need to work on my other business. Like, I know I need to still be a family person at the end of the day, and that's how I prevent myself from burning out. The key really is to make sure you are taking breaks, lunch breaks, pee breaks, rest breaks. Your body and mind need it, especially when you are doing back-to-back days all in a row. Set realistic daily goals. Don't say, I'm going to make $300 today, and then you beat yourself up because you only did $250. The holidays are unpredictable. Don't beat yourself up. Some days you'll crush it. Some days will be slower than expected. This is the gig economy. This is DoorDash. And also, know when to call it. If you're sitting around at the end of the night still waiting for your last order, sometimes it's better to say, you know what, I'm going home, for your own mental state of mind. If you've been out for 6 hours, 8 hours, and you're getting frustrated, tired, and you're making mistakes, guys, go home. This is how also accidents happen. You never want to be a tired driver that makes bad decisions. You might decline good orders. You might accept bad ones. You might just not be making the best decisions because you're just exhausted, and it's not worth it. Pro tip. Keep healthy snacks, water in your car. Make sure your car always has gas in it. You never want to run out of gas. If you're into energy drinks, you might want to keep one in the car just to kind of keep you motivated and going. I personally pack protein shakes, little tuna snacks, water bottles, anything that I can quickly grab and go. Timing is everything during the holidays. Here's when you should be dashing for maximum earnings. Thanksgiving week, Tuesday and Wednesday before Thanksgiving are huge, especially if you do shopping for DoorDash. Everyone's ordering supplies and last-minute groceries. Thanksgiving Day itself, usually between 11 and 3 p.m., is surprisingly busy with people ordering stuff they might have forgotten. Black Friday, I usually start around 10 a.m. and I go to 2 p.m. Then again, I go back out from 5 to 9. Christmas week, the entire week is busy, but December 23rd and 24th are the absolute gold mines. People are ordering gifts, food, party supplies, everything. Christmas Day, if you want to work it, I personally take every Christmas off, but 4 p.m. to 8 p.m. is busy with people ordering dinner because they didn't want to cook. New Year's week, well, New Year's Eve is honestly one of the biggest nights of the year. Start at 4 p.m. and then you can go as late as 2 a.m. if you really want to. I usually call it quits around 11, so I'm home in time for the actual New Year's itself. New Year's Day brunch orders from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. are great because everyone is hungover and they're ordering breakfast. A lot of times weather matters. If it snows or rains during the holidays, earnings can sometimes double. Most drivers stay home, but if you're capable and comfortable driving in some of the bad weather, you'll get nonstop orders with higher tips. Just be safe and also know your own limits. Pro tip, schedule your dashes now for these prime windows when they pop up. Don't wait until the day of. The slots fill up fast during the holidays. Okay, let's talk quickly about platinum status because this is controversial. The benefit is you can get priority access for some of these higher paying orders and you can dash now without scheduling. And this a lot of times could be key during the holiday season. Here's the reality. During the holidays, maintaining that 70% acceptance rate, sometimes 80 depending on your market, it's tough because you're going to see a lot of garbage orders as well. You don't really want to take $3 orders for 10 miles or no tip orders to sketching areas. That's what you save your declines for, or that 30 or 20% that you get to decline some of these orders. My strategy is sometimes I maintain a lower acceptance rate, like hovering around like 71, 72, 73% during the holidays, because that way I have wiggle room to decline a little bit more for some of these crap orders. You want to be more strategic when you are selective. A lot of times, shorter distance orders might be amazing, but to keep my stats up, sometimes you have to take some of the longer mile orders or some of the higher value orders when they come through. Is platinum worth it? Honestly, it depends on your market. In my area, priority access makes the difference, especially during these peak times. And not only that, I can dash whenever I want to. During the holidays, sometimes that little edge and that little advantage definitely matters. But here's what I really think. If you are really part-time, like I'm talking like 10 hours or under, honestly, I wouldn't worry about the tier system or even being platinum. It wouldn't be worth it. Do what you need to do, schedule, and take whatever orders you can in order to make money on the DoorDash app. I'm just saying, if you have that 100 deliveries in a month, it might be worth it, especially during the holidays. A lot of times your bank account matters more than the tier system. So you really need to make the best decision for you in how you want to work the DoorDash app. Okay, all right, there you have it. Everything you need to survive during this holiday season. Quick recap: time your peak pay strategically, avoid restaurant blacklist spots, park smart, communicate with customers, manage your stress, and hit those prime time windows, and maybe make platinum work for you, or it might not work for everybody. If this video helped you out, smash that subscribe button and don't forget to like this video. So what do you think? Do you have any other tips that I might have missed for the holiday season? Do you like working the holiday season, or are you planning on working any of the major holidays, Thanksgiving, Christmas, New Year's Eve, New Year's Day? Go ahead, let me know what you're planning on doing this holiday season. I do a lot of DoorDash videos. I'm going to recommend this one up next if you want to keep watching for more.